Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ecom Freedom YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is McCay. I'm a mentor in the Ecom Freedom Shopify group. And in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about increasing profitability on your Shopify store. So without further ado, let's hop into my computer and I'll show you what I have. All right guys, I'm on my computer, and before I get into the details, I wanted to make one quick note here. I made this video for those of you who already have an active Shopify store and are either running ads or getting some type of traffic or sales to your store, whether it's breaking even or whether your profit margin is 2% and you're looking to increase it. I just want to add more money to your pocket and show you ways to increase profitability on the back end, on the front end, and kind of everything in between. So without further ado, let's hop into the video and get into the details. All right guys, the first thing I wanted to touch on when talking about profitability on your Shopify store is knowing your numbers or knowing your KPIs. Now, what are KPIs, you ask? Key Performance Indicators is what KPI stands for. If you're a part of the Ecom Freedom course or Ecom Freedom Shopify course, we do provide this document that automatically calculates your KPIs once you input your numbers. So just kind of showing you what it looks like here. You could input your product costs, which I guess in this example, we do $18. Shipping costs, whether that's from the supplier to you or the supplier to the customer. So we put $13. And then our selling price, we're gonna aim for $80. So this brings our minimum return on ad spend to a 1.63. Now what this means is for every dollar we spend, we need to at least make back $1.63 to be profitable. So ideally we aim for under a 1.8 minimum ROAS, although the lower it is, the easier it will be to be profitable. I brought this up because it's important to know your numbers, and if you're setting yourself up for failure in the beginning, it will be that much harder to gain profit later on. So if you need to calculate this, I did make a TikTok on the Ecom Freedom course TikTok page. Go check that out. You might need to manually calculate it if you're not in our course, although knowing these numbers will save you a ton in the future, because if your minimum ROAS is like 2 or 3 or even 4, I've seen it as high as like 6, it's going to make it extremely difficult to be profitable on a consistent basis. So this is step one on my list, is knowing your numbers and making sure you know your KPIs and that you are setting yourself up for success with aiming below like a 1.8 minimum return on ad spend. All right, next on our list, we have boosting your AOV or average order value. So what average order value is essentially if you're selling your product for $30 and you're paying for website traffic or getting customers to your website, rather than just having each customer aim to pay $30, we can do upsales and cross sales and a few other different things like bundling and crafting your offer to help boost the average order or average order value or amount they spend with you. So I was effectively able to do this on one of my Shopify stores by, my product cost was $30, although by providing different upsales and stuff, I was able to bring it up to $45, helping with overall profitability. So to jump in and give you some examples here, and if you're a part of the Ecom Freedom course, you'll know these two brands I'm about to reference as we talk about them in our live calls all the time. Two brands that do this really well is Early Bird Morning Cocktail. So essentially this brand is just this, it's not necessarily alcohol or anything. It's just this powder that you can drink as soon as you wake up, and it's supposed to help you be more, awake and more productive throughout your day. But if we can look at their offer, essentially they're boosting their average order value, because if you look at these variants right here, so customers could come on here and buy one tub for $68. Although they're also offering, bundling options where you essentially buy more, but you're saving more. So for 2 tub package, you can see that right here, this little calculation, you're paying $68 if you buy 1 tub, although the customer sees that if I buy 2 tubs, it actually cuts it down to $53. And then if I buy 4 tubs, it cuts it down, so I'm only paying $44 a tub. So it's almost like a savings being passed on to the customer, and the customer feels like they are winning by buying more. And this is just one AOV trick or way to increase the amount of money each customer spends on your store. There's a lot to dissect on this landing page. So in addition to bundling or offering more variants at a cheaper discount for your customer, you can do things like offer stacking. So offer stacking is essentially, as you can see, Early Bird here has a free cocktail shaker, which is this little cup that you can drink the powder out of in the morning. They have free shipping, they have the free ebook, and on top of all this, the customer really feels like they're getting the value's worth for what they're paying for their dollar. So by offer stacking and then also including little upsales like like, add this orange early bird cocktail shaker at 40% off. Was $29, but now only $17. If the customer is going to purchase with you and they have made that decision, then it is much easier to sell them on that second or third product. So you might as well maximize your advertising dollars and make sure you have upsells set up on your website. Make sure your offer is irresistible by your customers and they really feel like they're getting value that they're paying for. All right, so two other things before we hop off the early bird page and move on to our next topic. Two other things that actually I think early bird could potentially be leaving on the table or doing better. So the first thing would be like cross-selling other products. So as you can see on their website now, this brand is known for their early bird morning cocktail, although they also sell what's called a nightcap, or is essentially the same product, but it's for the opposite use. It's to help you fall asleep. One thing they are not doing and should be doing is on their main product page, because I'm assuming whoever has bought and liked their first product is also a fan of their helping me go to sleep product. So on their product page somewhere they should mention or say like, if you buy this product, we'll give you this product at a discount, or at least mention it somewhere on their page. So just another form of cross-selling to increase your AOV, whether they do it in one of the Shopify apps I like using is called OCU, or one-click upsells. I've done this with minimum order free shipping. So oftentimes, like if I'm charging $30 for a product, I will say shipping is free over $50. And then when they add one of my $30 products to their cart, they have a message popping up saying you're only $20 away from free shipping. And then when they add one of those products to the cart, it just pops up with a message saying you're only $20 away from free shipping. And most of the time, or I get a good take rate, most of the time the customer's like, okay, I'm only $20 away from free shipping. I'd rather get another product and get free shipping than only have to pay or only get one product and then have to pay for shipping. So minimum order shipping is something you can include. Also, if you have multiple products on your store, include them on your landing page somewhere, as far as like, our customers also loved these products or something like that, rather than just having it in your menu bar. And then one last thing I wanted to add on your website, I do see Early Bird has this little text me, whatever number that is there, just to get questions and stuff. But in my experience, having a pop-up or some type of bot filled with your most frequently asked questions from your customers can help push sales through. Oftentimes when I'm watching replays on my website, I can see that people are typing into the little bot chat thing, and my thing is answering their questions, and that way, that sale will convert. Maybe it wouldn't have had I not set up my little bot. And what I mean, if you're not following along, is essentially it's just a little pop-up that will say, is there anything I can help you with? And then if the customer types in like, how long is shipping? And then if I've already put in all of my frequently asked questions, so shipping is 3 to 5 days worldwide, or whatever your shipping is, having a frequently asked questions on your landing page, but also inside of your little chat bot will really help any people that are on the fence and have maybe a simple question that could be answered that might convert into a sale. So just wanted to add those two things before we hop off of Early Bird. But yep, let's move on to the next topic. All right, so the next thing I wanted to go over is increasing your LTV, or lifetime value of your customers. So for those of you who have already been running ads and already have a collection of customers, whether that's 50 customers, 100 customers, or 10,000 customers, reselling to old customers is much easier than going out and acquiring new customers, and it's typically really low-hanging fruit, because if someone, like I said previously, has already bought from you, they already trust your brand, assuming they've had a really good experience with you and already like your product. So reselling them on an additional product is not that much, not that much effort. So for example, if I was running this dog brand and someone bought my harness, I would probably send them an email or set up an email flow or campaign. And if you need to know about setting up email flows or campaigns, definitely check out my email video on this channel. So just go ahead below and view that. But like I said, if someone has bought this harness from me, I would probably sell them this leash, because assuming, maybe they don't have the leash to match it, I would sell them this leash potentially at a discount and just send them that email. And because they've bought from me once and are happy with my product, more than likely they're going to buy from me again, which increases the amount they've spent with me over their lifetime and overall increases my profitability and puts more money back in my wallet. So one other key note to focus on in that little section is keeping your customers happy. So oftentimes in my brand, the way I deal with unhappy customers is I always, every single time, try to go above and beyond to make the customer happy. Now, sometimes this does mean money is coming out of my pocket, even if things are not my fault. But what I've noticed is customers will oftentimes, because of how great my customer experience and customer service is, they will go and refer friends, they will go and refer family members, and they will even purchase from me a second, third, or fourth time. Now, this happens because they are very happy with the experience they've had. And this just shows, really taking care of the customer and focusing on the customer experience is key. And the whole saying where the customer is always right, I know it's pretty cliche, but honestly, just by prioritizing your customer, it can make you a lot more money later down the road rather than, just whatever it is, the refund or, being stingy and not wanting to send them a new product. So keep that in mind. Always keep your customers happy. Resell to your old customers, increase your lifetime value by just sending a text, sending an email to all of your current customers and sell them on an additional complimentary product or something that they would also like, because chances are they're going to take that offer. So that's how you can boost your LTV. All right, so next we are going to go over your offer, your landing page, and split testing. So what does this mean? So let's say you're break even. You're getting traffic to your website, you're getting a few sales, but you're also, pretty close to that break even mark, whether your minimum ROAS is 1.6 and you're getting a 1.6 or it's a 1.7, slightly above profitability. What is split testing? So you really need to split test everything from your ads, your ad copy, to your ad creatives, your landing page, your price, your offer. There's so many different things to split test and you might feel overwhelmed, but you can really start with, well, what is your offer to your customers? So depending on what your metrics look like on the Facebook dashboard, assuming you have, a good click-through ratio, good CPMs, good cost per clicks, your ads are doing the job of bringing customers onto your website, but your website is the one that's lacking. And we can typically see this for your conversion rates. If you add to cart, to initiate checkout, to purchase, a healthy drop off, or I guess a standard drop off in the industry is around 50%. So if you had 10 add to carts, you should expect at least 5 of those move to initiate checkout. And then from there, I would say between 2 and 3 should convert to a purchase. Now, if you're not having at least a 1.5 to potentially 2% conversion rate on your website, there is some work to be done. And where we can start is your overall offer to your customers. So once again, if you're in the Ecom Freedom course, you've noticed us talk about this brand Manscaped all the time. They do an excellent job at really crafting an irresistible offer for their customers. So if we look at their page right now, they have this special offer going on where they're offering free boxers, a free toiletry bag, free shipping, and you're just getting so much value out of this package here. So rather than Manscaped just charging $217 and then just saying like, this is what you get, they're actually only charging $125 and showing you the savings you're getting because they're giving you free gifts, which is essentially just, a bundled offer. So taking your product, finding, complementary products, because obviously in this example for Manscaped, people that are buying these trimmers and balms and stuff are getting it, and they could definitely use a toiletry bag to carry all this stuff. Or what about boxers? Because that's what their brand is. So it's finding complementary products that your ideal or potential customer will be buying, bundling it into your offer, and even if it means you have to slightly increase your price, but you can just pass on the savings to your customer. So like I said, rather than them just charging $217 for all of this, or even like $80 for just these 2 trimmers here, they can just charge a higher price, $125, and then just say like, well, we're giving you these free gifts. We're giving you a travel bag. That's a $40 value, they're saying. Instantly the customer's like, wow, like that's a great deal. And then you're also getting these boxers. It's a $20 value. So right there, Manscaped is saying they're giving you not only a discount on the price of 43%, but you're also saving, 40 plus 20, so you're saving $60. We're sending you $60 in free gifts. We have discounted the price. You're getting free shipping. So the overall offer, or the overall perceived offer from the customer, is like, wow, like I'm spending my money here and I'm getting like 10 times the amount of what my money's worth, or at least, that's what Manscaped's plan is to do. So when looking at your website and when looking at your product, what is your offer? Is it unique in the market? Are you just offering one product at one price? And, is that in line with every other person that is in the market for your niche and you've just copy and pasted their offer? Or are you spending time to craft something that is irresistible by your customers and that is truly unique in the market? Whether you're pairing a unique offer with a unique selling proposition or unique marketing point, just keep these in mind, because having a unique offer alone, can really push through the extra conversions and can help increase profitability. So I definitely recommend spending time crafting your offer and making sure it is the best in your niche. That way you can dominate the market and increase profitability, adding more money into your wallet. So moving on, a few other things I wanted to touch on when it comes to landing pages is your site mobile friendly? Now, if you need help building out your mobile landing page, I do have a video in the YouTube guides that is essentially just me going through Pagefly, building out a landing page, showing you how to use some of the tools. So I definitely recommend checking that video out. If you're running ads, that your website is optimized for mobile view, because a majority of the people you're running ads to, I would say at least 80% are going to be on mobile view. So as you can see, and a good way to test that, if you have Google Chrome, you can essentially just right click and click inspect. And this is just an inspect element, meaning you can change the different devices you see it on, but this is what mobile view will look like on Manscaped. So as you can see, the offer is still easily, you can definitely read it. It's not all jumbled together. The font is big enough to read. So I encourage you to make sure your mobile site is optimized and your text isn't all messed up. Aside from that, make sure your website speed is fast enough. Now, if you have a ton of different videos and GIFs and all this stuff, your website speed does affect conversion rate. So I definitely recommend optimizing those images, reducing the image size that way to speed up the website, and then removing any unnecessary apps, because apps do also affect website speed. On top of that, one thing that I'm not seeing on Manscaped, but they may have on the checkout, and if we go back to Early Bird, they might even have it as well, is offering your customers different payment methods. So for example, I actually don't see either of these brands that have it, but for those of you who don't know, like they have Shopify payments, they have Klarna, there's Affirm, there's Afterpay. I think Amazon's even doing this, where essentially you can just pay in installments. So if you have a higher ticket priced product, so I would say that's, $60, $80 or above, you can offer your customers to pay in installments. So rather than paying all up front, you can sign up for any of these, pay in installment plans, hook it up with their Shopify. I think Shopify payments is probably the easiest one to add to your store, just because it's already integrated to Shopify. But if your product's $100, they can make 4 payments of $25 rather than one upfront, and that a lot of the times will bring in customers that maybe can't afford your product right now, but can pay in installments, and you'll in return, rather than just losing the customer that can't afford it, you'll get that customer and they'll just pay in installments. So definitely install a pay in installments plan, whether that's Klarna, Shopify Payments, Affirm, Afterpay. There's a ton of them. So just check which ones are available in your country, or just apply to multiple, because when I was first starting out, I actually got declined by like 3 of them. And it was like, I think Klarna was the one that finally pushed me through. And then, of course, over the years, now that I've built up my brand, all the other ones are like, oh, we would love to use your store. And it's like, nope, I'm sticking with Klarna, because they were the ones that accepted me in the first place. So definitely get one of those installed. A really quick side note, a very important thing along with your KPIs is knowing your store's run cost. Now, what do I mean by that? So personally, I know my store costs anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500 every single month just to run. Now that includes paying my VAs, having my Shopify apps being paid, such as like Klaviyo, and the bigger your email list grows, the bigger your subscription fee grows. Comes with Shopify app charges like Pagefly Premium, and all of your different charges add up. So make sure you're calculating these things, because if you don't, you will set yourself up for failure. Just knowing your store's run costs, knowing how much it costs to actually have your store run, whether that's your domain, your Shopify plan, all of that stuff. Keep a list of it. If you're in the Ecom Freedom Shopify course, we already have the document that helps track all of this for you, breaks it down so you can easily see it. And we really want to make sure we're giving you all the tools necessary. I would say remove any unwanted apps or subscriptions, and then just review your overall costs. Like, go through your credit card. I know it's a pain, but go through your statements, look where you're spending money, and see if there's anywhere to cut down. Because oftentimes, you might buy a $10 subscription here, a $20 app here, pay $30 for this contractor here, but those things add up, and looking at a monthly view, it can really hurt your profitability. So go through and really reduce spending and optimize your overall finances. So wanted to add that quick one in. All right, now to finish this video off, the last thing we're going to talk about is scale what is working. Now that may seem pretty obvious at first sight, but what I mean by that is really spend time digging apart your funnel, seeing what parts of your funnel are really working well, whether that's your ads, and your ads are converting, bringing people onto the website, have a really good click-through ratio, a really good cost per click, really, good CPMs, all these things are in line, and you're getting add to carts and stuff like that. Well, then look at the ad format and try to replicate that ad 10 different times. How can you if this one ad format's working well, 10x it. Get 10 more of those ads, test them all out, because chances are, if you've found a winning combination, you can replicate it. There's plenty of ways to create ad iterations or change the background or change just little things about the ad, and then you can test those. That involves scaling horizontally, scaling your ads vertically. Chances are, if you've gotten to even the break-even point or even small amounts of profitability, you're very close to being even more profitable. At this point, it's just small tweaks you can make. Make sure you're tracking your progress, because oftentimes I see that you have to know where you're at every single day you're running ads. So again, if you're in the Ecom Freedom Shopify course, we have a sheet for you to track your daily costs, your daily revenue, your daily ad spend, and what you track increases. I think there's a quote somewhere that's like, whatever you track improves over time. So if you can see that yesterday I was profitable by 10% and made this much, how can you better that today? And by tracking things, you will always go up. So make sure you're tracking your expenses, make sure you're tracking everything, because the more things you track, the easier it is to make adjustments and to see, again, what parts of your funnel are working, where can you make improvements, and scale from there. Thank you for staying till the end of this video. If you got any value at all, even if it's one tip as far as increasing your profitability in your Shopify store, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. If you're not a student already of the Shopify Ecom Freedom course, we do have a free trial which you can check out just to see what the program has to offer, see if it's your style, see if all of the value is beneficial to you. So again, thanks for staying till the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one.